Well, we've made it to the final episode, Cracking the Attachment Code, the ultimate decode. And if you're just as surprised as I am to make it this far, you're not alone. Again, welcome to the final episode of Cracking the Attachment Code. I'm Dr. RAD, the Attachment Code Breaker. And today, we're closing the book on a journey that began with one simple, life-changing question. What if the very first bond was never safe? Over these episodes, we've decoded the invisible patterns that shape trust, fear, behavior, and relationships for a lifetime. Let's pull it all together. Then answer the biggest question of all. How do we stop this cycle before another child ever has to live it? We started with the fundamentals, attachment theory from Bowlby and Ainsworth. Shows we are wired to seek safety from our caregivers. When that safety is missing and the caregiver is also the source of harm, the system collapses into disorganized attachment, the most painful paradox a child can face. And my research proved something crucial. This isn't locked in by age 2. Maltreatment in early or middle childhood still scrambles the code, with effects that reach into adolescence and adulthood. Next, we examined the fingerprints left by each kind of harm. Physical abuse teaches my body is not safe. Sexual abuse delivers the deepest betrayal from the very person biology tells you to run to. Emotional abuse whispers your feelings don't matter and love is conditional. Neglect delivers the quietest, most insidious message. You are not worth noticing. The more types a child endures and the more chronic the harm, the deeper and more severe the attachment difficulties become. But here's what every episode hammered home. Severity is not a destiny. The brain stays plastic. The code can be rewritten. We then looked at what these cracked attachments actually look like in real school-age kids and teens. The behaviors everyone misreads: aggression, withdrawal, extreme clinginess, bizarre controlling or role-reversed actions, freezing or dissociating. These aren't defiant or bad kids. They're terrified kids whose internal alarm system never powers down. Punishing the behavior without addressing the fear only reinforces the original wound. No one will keep me safe. Then came the hopeful turning point. Can a broken bond ever be rebuilt after age 5? The research, including my own dissertation, answers with a clear yes. Children and adults can develop earned security through consistent, emotionally attuned, non-punitive relationships with foster parents, adoptive parents, mentors, or therapists. Therapies designed for this exact purpose include dyadic developmental psychotherapy, circle of security, and trust-based relational intervention. Give caregivers practical roadmaps. One reliable, safe adult can begin overriding the old code. Time in beats time out. Repair after rupture matters more than perfection. Co-regulation calms the nervous system that punishment only dysregulates. In our most recent episode, we followed the ripple into adulthood, the romantic push-pull, the fear of abandonment that makes us choose unavailable partners or push people away, the difficulty truly seeing another person's mind. Those childhood patterns don't magically vanish at 18 unless we intervene, but they don't have to define us either. Therapy, secure partnerships, and deliberate self-awareness can still lead to earned, secure attachment even decades later. So what is the ultimate decode, the one I promised would be the most important of the entire series? How do we break the cycle before it starts? First, awareness. If you're listening and you recognize your own childhood in these stories, start with yourself. Heal your own attachment wounds so you don't unconsciously hand them to the next generation. Therapy. Books, support groups, and safe relationships are all proven paths. Second, for every parent, foster parent, teacher, coach, or caregiver, become the safe base these children never had. Respond instead of react. Repair quickly when you rupture. Use connection before correction. Learn the difference between I'm in charge and I've got you. These strategies we covered in the repair episode work. Consistency, emotional availability, and non-punitive limits literally rewire the brain. Third, early intervention and prevention at every level. Screen for maltreatment and attachment difficulties in schools and pediatric offices. Give at-risk families real support, parenting, education, mental health resources, financial relief, community, before harm escalates. Teachers and professionals, stop labeling these kids difficult and start seeing the scared child underneath. Advocate for trauma-informed, attachment-focused policies in schools, child welfare, and the courts. And finally, the simplest and most powerful lever, be the adult you once needed. One consistent, safe, emotionally available relationship can change an entire life trajectory. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be safe, predictable, and willing to stay in the game when the child tests whether you'll leave like everyone else did. The attachment code is powerful, but human connection and resilience are more powerful still. Every time we choose understanding over punishment, repair over rupture, Safety over fear, we crack the old code and write a new one. A code that says you are worthy of love. The world can be safe. People can be trusted. Thank you for walking this path with me through every episode, whether you're a survivor, a parent, an educator, a clinician, or simply someone who cares about children. You now carry the decoder ring. Use it, share it, live it. The code has been cracked. Now go rewrite it for the children who come after us and for the child inside each of us who never felt safe. I'm Dr. Rad. This is Cracking the Attachment Code. Until we meet again, stay connected and subscribe to our Substack at Dr. Rad, the Attachment Codebreaker.substack.com, and share the word to everyone you feel that would benefit from what we have to offer.